My name is Miss Raquel, and I'm so excited to be worshiping with you together right here on City Kids Live. Do you remember the lesson from last week? God rescued His people from the Egyptians in an amazing way. See, the Egyptians were chasing God's people and they ran into the ocean. How are they going to get across the ocean? Do you remember what happened? That's right, God parted the seas and they walked right through on dry land. What an amazing and powerful God we serve. Now, before we worship, I want to let you know that we have a special guest hosting City Kids Live. So before we see who that special guest is, let's all stand up wherever you are and let's worship God together.
Hi friends, are you ready to test your superpowers? I'm sure you've heard of superheroes who have X-ray vision or can shoot lasers from their eyes. Well, we're not going to be shooting any lasers today, but we are going to test to see if you have superhero vision. I'm going to show you 3 different superheroes. You'll have 10 seconds to study them carefully. Then I'll take them away and ask you a question to see how closely you paid attention. To answer, just raise 1 finger if you think it's hero number 1, 2 fingers if you think it's hero number 2, and 3 fingers for hero number 3. All right, blink 3 times to get ready, and then we'll start. 1, 2, 3, let's go! Here are your first 3 heroes. Study each one very carefully. Have you memorized all of the details? Good, because time is up. Which hero was wearing a red cape? Remember, raise 1 finger if you think it's hero number 1, 2 fingers for hero number 2, or 3 fingers for hero number 3. All right, who's holding up 1 finger? You should be holding up one more because the answer is hero number 2. Well done. That was a good first try. Let's do another round. Study these 3 heroes carefully. Think you have all the details? Good, because you are out of time. Which hero was holding a sword? Let's see those fingers. 1, 2, or 3. All right, time's up. Who's holding up 3 fingers? You can start jumping up and down because you are right. Great job. Let's try another. Study these 3 heroes carefully. Have you paid attention to everything? Good, because time is up. Which hero was wearing green boots? Let's see those fingers. 1, 2, or 3. All right, time's up. Who's holding up 1 finger? You should give everyone with 2 fingers a high five because hero number 2 is the answer. You're doing great. I think we might have some people with superhero level vision here today. Let's try another. Study these 3 heroes carefully. Did you pay attention to everything? I hope so, because you're out of time. Which hero had a star on their costume? Let's see those fingers. 1, 2, or 3. All right, time's up. Who's holding up 1 finger? You can start doing a victory dance because you are correct. This has been so fun. Let's do one last round together. Study these 3 new heroes carefully. Do you think you have everything memorized? All right, time's up. Which hero was wearing a pink mask? Let's see those fingers. 1, 2, or 3. All right, time's up. Who's holding up 2 fingers? Great job, you're correct. Super job, everybody.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Stewie, go, you're live.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Miss Raquel. Hello, kids! It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Captain Brainiac. Woo, woo, woo. You thought I was just an ordinary City Kids leader or monkey, but lo and behold, I am a superhero. I bet you're wondering, if you're super, what's your superpower? Well, I have a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious memory. I never forget anything. Like in that game we just played, how did you do? I got every answer perfect. Let me see if you have a super memory like me. Let's play a game. I'm gonna say some actions. If you ever forget those things, stand up. Ready? Okay. Forget to brush your teeth. Okay. Forget someone's name. Do you forget that sometimes? Be honest. Forget your own name? That's silly. Forget someone's birthday? Yeah. I don't forget anything. Forget to do homework? Yeah, no. Forget to eat lunch? Forget what God is like and how much He loves you? Uh-oh. I have a super memory, but maybe I don't have a perfect memory because sometimes I I do forget what God is like and how much He loves me. We all forget that sometimes. In our story today, God's people also forget. Right after He rescues them from Egypt, they forget. Let's see what happens.
10 ways to be perfect. So there they all were. Grannies, granddads, babies, uncles, aunts, children's, mums and dads, out there in the middle of the desert. They had blisters from all the walking. They were hungry and thirsty and much, much too hot. "We don't like it," they said. "It stinks." And so did they, for that matter, because no one had taken a bath in weeks. Now, remember, because this is something they'd forgotten, God had done amazing things for His people. He'd hidden them inside a cloud, He'd moved the sea, He'd set them free. But God's people still weren't happy. They didn't care about being free. Wasn't it better when they were slaves? At least they had had lots of nice food to eat. "God doesn't want us to be happy," they said. It was the same lie that Adam and Eve had heard all those years before. "God has brought us out here to kill us. God doesn't love us." But they didn't know God very well, did they? Every day of their journey, God kept on showing His people how well He would look after them, if they would trust Him and obey Him. When they were hungry, God made the sky rain with food, bread coming down from heaven. "What is it?" they asked each other. They didn't know, so they called it, "What is it?" Which of course is a very good name for something when you don't know what it is. When they were thirsty and started quarreling, God made water flow from a rock. Moses called that place Quarreling, because that seemed like a good name too. And still God's children didn't trust Him or do what He said. They thought they could do a better job of looking after themselves and making themselves happy. But God knew there was no such thing as happiness without Him. So God led them to a tall mountain. God wanted to talk to His people and show them what He was like. He wanted to help them know Him better and tell them about the special land He was going to give them. "The whole earth belongs to me," God said. "But I have chosen you. You are my special family. I want you to live in a way that shows everyone else what I'm like, so they can know me too." God called Moses up the mountain. The great mountain shook. A thick cloud fell, thunder roared, lightning crackled. And God gave Moses 10 rules called commandments. "I want you to love me more than anything else in all the world, and know that I love you too," God told them. That's the most important thing of all. God gave them other rules like, don't make yourselves pretend gods, don't kill people, or steal, or lie. The rules showed God's people how to live and how to be close to Him and how to be happy. They showed how life worked best. "God promises to always look after you," Moses said. "Will you love Him and keep these rules?" "We can do it. Yes, we promise." But they were wrong. They couldn't do it, no matter how hard they tried. They could never keep God's rules all the time. God knew they couldn't, and He wanted them to know it too. Only one person could keep all the rules, and many years later, God would send Him to stand in their place and be perfect for them, because the rules couldn't save them. Only God could save them.
Wow, what awesome story. Hey guys, it's me, Stewie. I've missed you all so much. I love pretending like I'm a superhero. Well, isn't it surprising? After all the times God has rescued them, the people forget God. Yeah, they forget what God is like. They forget what God has done for them. But God did not forget them. God kept on showing his people that he would look after them if they would just trust and obey him. For example, what did God do for them when they were hungry? Correct. God made the sky rain with food. Wow. What did God do for them when they were thirsty? Yes, God made the water flow from a rock, then to show them that they needed a rescuer and that he's the one who saves them, and to help them know, love, and follow him better, God gave them the 10 Commandments. Does anyone know what the first commandment is? Correct. We are to have no other gods. What is the second commandment? Yeah, no idols. An idol is like a pretend god. An idol is anything we treat as more important to us than God. We all have idols. We all have things that we sometimes treat as if they are more important to God than us. Maybe it's getting good grades, or being popular, or clothes, or video games, or like for me, it's like bananas. Sometimes we treat our friends and our family as if they are more important to us than God. Friends and family, they're good things, and we should love them and treat them well, but God should be more important to us than anything or anyone else, or bananas. I love bananas. The commandments also tell us to do or do not do many other things. Can you keep all those rules all the time? Nope. Neither could God's people. We can try really hard, but we can never keep God's commandments all the time. We will keep forgetting and disobeying. God knew this, and he wanted us to know it too. God sent someone to be perfect for us. Who is that someone? Yeah, it's the Son, Jesus. Jesus came, and he was perfect. The commandments couldn't save us. They just show us how much we need God. Let's say the first commandment together. Exodus 23. You should have no other gods before me. Can you say it again? Exodus 23. You should have no other gods before me. Good job, everybody. Okay, we're going to sing one more song, so everybody stand up and let's worship God together.
Lord, I come, I confess, bowing here, I find my rest. Without you, I fall apart. You're the one that guides my heart. Lord, I need you, oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Where sin runs deep, your grace is more. Where grace is found is where you are. where you are. Lord, I am free. Holiness is Christ in me. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. So teach my soul to rise to you. When temptation comes my way, when I cannot stand, I'll fall on you. Jesus, you're my hope and stay. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. You're my one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you.
Wow, I love that song. Okay, now everybody bow your heads and close your eyes and we're gonna pray real quick. Thank you, God, for who you are. Thank you for forgiving us even though we forget you a lot. Even though we have a lot of idols in our life, like for me, it's bananas. Thank you, God, for loving me so much and never, ever, ever leaving me. I love you. Amen. Well, I hope you enjoyed this City Kids Live. I sure did. I love being a superhero. I'll see you, well, when I see you. Bye, kids. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.